What are you laughing?
Yeah, welcome. I'm being threatened. The show hasn't even started. I've been dissed. I've been called old. And I've been threatened. And I've been called a narcissist. And we're 10 seconds into the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, I posted something today. No, I was going to post something today. And in the video, I say something and you mouth slut.
No, I don't think it was slut. I said toxic.
I don't know. That
I don't think I've ever called you a slut.
Was hilarious. I gotta post it.
Yes, I saw it. I was like, toxic.
I didn't post it though. How you saw it?
Because I saw the YouTube.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? I watch us, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Episode 8 or 9 or 10?
10.
10. Episode 10?
Episode
We made it to 10 and I haven't got snuffed. Amen.
You're about to today.
Men lie, women lie, and all flowers die. The podcast. This is your lovely host, Ms. Les. I'm her co-host, the brother Burns. She be dissing me. It's all good. We have a topic today regarding, but that's the way it's always been. See, and you call me a narcissist. I'll be here trying to give you the whole platform. And I get...
Go to his page, at @moneyburns,
Please,
at
yes,
@money_burns.
yes. Tell your homegirls, yes, with a Z. Homegirls,
And
listen to this.
look at all the posts that he puts.
Yes.
I am not speaking in any of them. I am sitting there
Incorrect.
like, yes.
Incorrect.
Yes, sir.
I post stuff to make you look good and to make me look crazy.
Such a fucking lie.
Where's born? You look at it from a perspective of like a scorned woman.
Are you trying to say I'm scorned?
No, I'm trying to say you look at it from the perspective
If I'm
of
looking If
a
I'm
scorned
looking at it
woman.
as a perspective
Instead
of
of
a
as
scorned
my
woman, that
homie,
means
as my co-host and supporting me.
I always support you. I comment on all the fucking nonsense
I'm messing
posts.
with you. Yo, don't, chill your frown right here, your brow, because when it goes like that, I know it'd be time for battle. So today we're talking money and love, or love and money, or love lacking money, or when you find out your partner ain't got no money and there ain't no more love after that.
And actually, I want to give
And
a
we're gonna
shout
get
out
into
because
that.
we got this topic idea from somebody that listens to the show.
Yes, who?
Well, I don't know if she wants to be shouted out.
Well, shout out to her.
She's like a grammar school, high school friend, and just happened to listen to the show.
Right.
And she was like, "Hey, this is a great idea."
And she was correct.
And yeah, so thank you.
And feel free to send in show ideas.
I think we
send in
got
your
another one
opinions,
today,
send
too,
in
as
your
well.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the page, but I'm
So,
gonna check that out. I
to be
did
continued.
ask a question today if love and sex were connected.
And last
So
time I
make sure y'all
checked,
drop a comment.
65% agreed with me.
As they're
last time I
supposed to,
checked.
because the post was intended for people to agree with you. Hence, again, my point that I post to make you look good and to make people like you and not like me.
How about this? How about you guys go? Because I think you made me look a little crazy in that post.
In that particular
So,
post?
yeah.
I disagree.
So there's
100%.
other ones that you think I look a little crazy?
No, I'm asking you. If
In
you
that
think
one,
that.
I felt like you didn't continue it, so I couldn't clarify what I was speaking about. So go watch the YouTube, and you will get clarification
See,
around it.
that's how different our perspectives are. That I posted it, and I was like, "Wow, this video is gonna make me look crazy and like a real asshole," and people are gonna definitely agree with that.
And I saw it, and I was like, people are definitely gonna agree with him and think that I look crazy talking about love and sex are.
And then
are one
you,
and the
somewhere
same.
in your brain, you said, "This motherfucker only posts shit to make me look crazy and make him look good," which is 1,000%.
The
wrong.
narcissist in him.
1,000. There's some good gaslighting going on right here. Nah. Don't leave me hanging on the gaslight. All right, so question number 1, which, again, y'all are incorrectly labeling me as a terrible person. So we spoke earlier, and y'all claim that y'all saw my notes and written was, "Would you date a broke bitch?" Which I would never even write those words. I would never even say those
If
words.
Dolly said it, it happened.
If Dolly was off that jog energy from last week, it probably did not happen at all.
I read it too. Dolly says I read it, so it
Do you remember reading it? Or there is Dolly telling you
all I
read it?
remember from the last episode is me having to pee.
I remember that too. I do remember that. What was? Oh, the last episode was the sex episode.
Yeah.
So question number 1. Would you knowingly date a broke person?
Yes.
And not Ms. Les personally, more so like would women knowingly date a broke person? I think the answer is no.
So I can only speak for like the women that I associate with. Right. And I would say yes.
I would agree with that.
Now, broke, but doing things to progress, right? Not broke and complexant.
Right. Not happily broke.
Right. Not like, oh, I'm broke, I can't fucking afford to take you out, right? Like, not like that. But like, if you have a steady job, right, that just doesn't happen to make the same amount of money as myself or some, the person that you're dating, but you're like, oh, I'm working towards this, I have this side hustle, I'm trying, then yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think women of your generation are more likely to date a man who is broke. I don't want to say broke, because broke is an ugly word, right? So I don't want to say broke, and I don't want to call y'all broke.
Maybe making less.
I've been broke, yo. And I've been
broke too.
Shit on for being broke. Y'all would more likely date a man who isn't financially where he wants to be, but is working towards that goal. I think the newer generation specifically would not even give the brother a chance. I've seen posts on Twitter, which is again my favorite social media platform, and girls be like, yo, I won't even date him if he don't give me money on the first date.
Yeah, but I also feel like that's
the newer generation.
Your guy's fault. Because
not our guys. Again, I think generationally it's changed.
Not your...
So not my generation.
Right, but I'm saying like the men, I think that's your fault because you've set that standard, right? You've given money on the first date. So if because I ain't giving shit on the first date. You're lucky to get a hug. All right, if you're in that generation and I go out with you, you give me money on the first date, what do you think I'm going to expect on the second date? Because I'm big on consistency.
No,
you better give me money on the second date too.
You ain't know that. If you don't know nothing else, we know that. No, I totally agree. I think tricking is now very popular. I don't think it's frowned upon like it used to be. I don't think it's behind closed doors like it used to be. I think it's mad out in the open. Brothers will send you bread before they even meet you in an attempt to woo you or to seduce you or to have sex with you, whatever the case may be. And I think this younger generation has gotten used to it. I think it's promoted in the music. I think it's promoted in shows. And ladies won't even really look at a brother who's financially struggling or who's not where he wants to be. Like, they want to know. I seen an interview clip the other day where Shorty was like, I got to see your bank account before I even talk to you. And if it's not X amount, like, you a dub. And that's crazy. So that reminds me of something, right? There's a meme out there, and it's about a dude. It's written from a girl's perspective. So she's like, she says something to the effect of she's dating a dude with money. Okay. And the dude with money asks her, would you date a struggling dude? And she's like, hell no, why would I do that? And he's like, yo, to me, you are the struggling dude. Yeah. Yeah. So I always thought that shit was mad funny.
So I think, right, like, and I've heard a lot of like TikTok stories and stuff like around that. Yeah. How a man, and I forgot the podcast that it is, and he's like a dude, and he always has like females on the show, and he kind of like puts them in their place, right? Where most women would get offended. I kind of appreciate it, right? Because I'm like, oh shit, that shit made me think, you know? Yes. But he pretty much says like, we don't look for what you're making. We don't look, but like on the other side, if we're not making a certain amount, like you're not even gonna talk to us. Right.
And I think with some dudes it's so real that when we're not happy with where we are financially, we don't want to fuck with no female.
Which you shouldn't.
We don't even want to.
You shouldn't. If you don't feel, and I have to say, so my son, my older son, that is 19 years old. He was asked, do you have a girlfriend? Oh. And he was like, no. He was like, because he's not working. He's a college student, right?
I was going to ask if he got a job.
Yeah, no. So he's a college student. He's not working. And he was like, no. He's like, in order for me to have a girlfriend, I got to be working.
Right.
And I was like, yo,
Good for him. Congratulations. Yeah, shout out to that, man. Definitely, fellas, if y'all ain't working, if y'all ain't getting money, if y'all ain't hustling, doing something, selling shirts, reaping some stream rewards or something, you should not be worried about getting no ass, clapping no cheeks, no dates, none of that stuff. Focus on getting your money right. Because a wise man once said...
Who's this wise man?
I don't know, because this is an ancient saying, but he said, you'll never lose women chasing money.
But you'll lose money chasing women.
But you'll lose money chasing. See, you know the wise man.
Of course,
you
yes.
See, that's
I don't know
how wise
who it is, but yes, I've heard it.
Yes, shout out
Absolutely.
to that. So on the other end of the spectrum, and to go back to what you said, I think men are more likely to date a broke female more so than women are to date.
What do you consider broke though? When I think of broke,
and again, I hate to say broke. I just
when I
not
think of
just
broke, I
financially
feel like somebody that's just not doing anything, right? Like
a bum.
Maybe like living off of government help, which listen, I'm not against government help, but I also feel government help should only be a stepping stone, right? Yeah. And then you need to get off it, right? Like get on your shit. There's a difference between someone that, when I think of broke, is that, but if you have a job and it's just not paying you enough and you haven't been able to like move up from that, to me, that's not broke. That's just like, you're just not where you need to be at the moment. I don't want to say it's broke.
I don't want to say broke.
I think of
let's say financially struggling. I know I've mistakenly said broke a couple times. I haven't even called nobody a brokey yet today, so give me some props here. Because I don't fuck with no
We're
brokies.
like 5 minutes in.
Yeah. My bad. But I do believe dudes, because we're fucking dumb and we want to be knights in shining armor and we want to be saviors, if we meet a female who is not where she wants to be financially and is working towards that goal, we are more likely to date her and to attempt to help her than I think the new generation of women would be. I think y'all generation, I fuck with y'all a lot because y'all date potential, and if a brother's trying, y'all gonna support him and y'all gonna push him and make him be a better man. I don't know if that has carried on to the next generation, but definitely all my 90s R&B ladies, I love you. If you was raised on that, you probably know what love is, and you probably support and love your man properly and give him reason to want to be better and do better and get more bread and fucking spoil you. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to them type of ladies. Word up. Now, to go to the other end of the spectrum. Would you date a rich dude, and I know that sounds cool, like, hell yeah, I'm gonna date a rich dude, boom, boom, but he's mad controlling?
No.
But he's mad rich. You get whatever you want.
I get it, right? Like when you first
Hermes,
think of it, when you
PJs.
I'm also not like a
but once you
chick.
Once you dip your foot in the water, you might like how it feels.
You're right. But to
nobody's
me,
materialistic till we get the chance to be.
No. I guess. Listen, I can't say 100% no, right? I have not had the opportunity to date someone that is extremely wealthy.
Exactly.
But I also feel that, and Dolly actually posted something today about that, where, they think they're high value men because they have money, but money doesn't make you a high value man. Right? There's a little more to that.
Would you like to tell the audience what makes a high value man? For myself,
I want somebody that's going to commit to me, somebody that is...
Please
Shut up!
Please don't say the word.
I'm not going to say it. I'm trying to think of other words.
Someone that's going to commit to me every day. That sounds like something.
But somebody that has empathy, somebody that is vulnerable, somebody that gives me the time.
Yes.
Right? And I would think that someone that makes all this money is a very busy man.
Didn't another wise man say something like...
Who's this wise man?
I don't know. This one I don't know. But he said something like... if you want to date a man with money, he won't give you time. And if a man gives you time, he ain't making the money, son, to that effect?
Yes. So I don't know if I would be... the way I am and like my personality and the way I've been raised, I don't know if I can handle someone that financially supports me. My mom raised me and my sisters to be extremely independent, like independent to a fault. I appreciate more the time and the just the quality time.
Right.
I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean,
That's
sugar
fair.
baby doesn't sound bad.
True that, but he's controlling.
Yeah.
I think the sugar baby part, 90% of people, man or woman, is going to be like, yeah, sign me up. I'll date a vieja right now if she's going to spoil me. But then the controlling aspect is where there's going to be some
I mean, I don't even want to
trepidation.
date a broke controlling guy. Why would I want to date a rich control? I don't want to date anybody that's controlling.
Well, that was just the question of it, It's easy to say, yeah, I'll date a rich guy, but some people would sacrifice the controlling aspect of the relationship for the fucking money.
I mean, what about the men, right, that do provide financially and then also think that they can go out and step out of the relationship and like do other shit, and we're supposed to be okay with that?
That's
I can't.
No, I don't agree with that. But there's a.
I don't want to say that I would never be I don't know, because I've never been in that situation. But I don't think
that sounds fucked up.
I can be able to handle that. Like knowing my man is out with somebody else and I gotta be okay with it because he paid my fucking bills.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But there is a group of men, particularly athletes, that say, I pay the bills. I mean,
that comes with the lifestyle, right? Like the rappers, any celebrity.
I think to an extent that shit is not even to celebrities. I think in normal everyday relationships, there's dudes that think because I pay the bills and you stay at home, I can step out on you.
Yeah, I guess.
And it depends on your opinion whether you agree with that.
I don't know, guys. If you guys are in that situation or anything like that, please shed some light.
I think a lot of our parents went through that. I think a lot of our fathers had secret.
Yeah. Well, I'll say my dad had a whole nother family. And my mom left him. And I think that's the reason why we were raised to be so independent. Because it did take her some time, right? She's like, fuck, I got 3 girls. Like, but my mom did work. But yes, my dad did pay the majority, like the house, the mortgage, all that stuff. And so when she finally got to leave, right, we went from living in this house to like living in an apartment and like her having to work all the time. Right. But she did hold on to the marriage for a long time because she was trying to figure shit out.
Yeah. She probably, for lack of a better term, ate that for a minute.
Yeah, for a while.
So that actually brings us to another dope conversation regarding co-parenting and when there's a difference between the lifestyles of the parents. So one parent may be a little more well off and one parent may be a little less well off. And how do you think that affects the dynamic of the child relationship and maybe the dynamic of the co-parenting relationship?
I mean, listen, I think at the end of the day, what kids are looking for is just time with their parents. Okay. I don't really think that they focus on like what my dad can buy me. Yeah, some kids I guess might be, but what they remember is not what you bought them, the sneakers you bought them, 2 years ago. What they remember is who was at my games, who was at my practices, who was picking me up from school. So that's as far as like the kid aspect.
Right. But hold on. What if the disparity is so great that it's like when I'm over here, I get 3 meals a day. When I'm over here, I don't even know if we fucking eating today. You don't think a kid would remember that?
I don't have a situation, thank God.
No, thank God, but I think a kid would definitely remember that.
But I also think as a parent,
and I think they would prefer to eat and not eat.
I think as a parent, then you have to be aware of that on both ends, right? Knowing that, hey, if my kid goes over there, he may not eat, so let me send some food.
Right. I agree with you, but
And then the parent
certain there's relationships that don't
end
happen.
Has to put the ego aside and be like, I can't right now support, but I want to spend time with my kid, so I'm going to accept this food that's coming in.
Well, both parents would have to be compassionate and understanding. One to give and one to receive.
And put the ego aside.
Yeah, because that for the greater good of the child in a situation where the financial difference is that great, like y'all got to really work together.
Or like like talk about
Or
it, right? Like,
if you the parent with the bread, lawyer up and just get full custody and let them be broke alone.
you don't want to do that to the kid either, though. I feel like the
messing
child
around,
wants to.
but I was a little bit real. But
You were a little bit real. That was a little serious.
That was. I'm dead serious. If I'm the rich parent, you asked out, shorty.
No, like I feel like.
And my kid's gonna be happy as fuck over here in Get Money Land instead of over there in Brokeville.
I mean, I think it could also be a humbling experience for the child, right?
If you want your child to be humble.
You don't want your children to be humble?
No, humble's a negative word.
That's not true.
Look up the definition of humble. And then, matter of fact, look up the definition of humble, and then go look up the definition of narcissist, and ask yourself, which one would you want your child to be like? That's a challenge to all y'all listeners out there. Go look up those two definitions. Can we Google
the definition of humble in the meantime?
Yeah, y'all check it out. I'm not making shit up, bro.
No, I always say, right? Like, when I win the lottery, because it's not about if, it's about when.
We
is a lot of people, but
wow.
When I win the lottery, right?
She's leaving my broke ass here alone.
One of the things that I said I would do is travel the world with my kids, but to go to places where people don't have, right? Because their lives are about to change.
Okay.
Drastically.
We have a totally different plan
so
of lottery winning.
I want to show them, like, listen, yeah, you're gonna have a great life, but this is where it can all end, right? Or where you can end up. To me, that's keeping them humble.
Did I tell you my lottery plan?
Yes, you're gonna have. You said it on the show.
That's right. Go look it up.
All over the world.
Every country.
All over the world,
then
so that
I will be the emperor of
You sent it to me?
I ain't messing with y'all.
So that way he can, like, rule the world.
Yes, damn it, my children.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. What question were we on?
Hold on, wait. Dolly just sent me the definition of humble.
Oh, let's go.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Yeah, that does sound bad. Of low social, administrative, or political rank.
Can we look up the definition of narcissist, please? Can we send that over?
I mean, okay.
Why y'all don't want to work together to prove me right now?
So I don't want.
But society's wrong.
So
you should not be humble.
Hold on. So I don't want them to have a low estimate of their own importance, but I want them to see, right, what it would be like.
So you want them to have compassion or empathy, but not humbleness. But send the narcissist definition. Y'all trying to team up to not prove Brother Joe right, Uncle Joe.
But what do you, like, sit home and read the dictionary?
Wow, because I'm well educated and read, and I have
You're trying to say I'm not well
proficiency.
educated?
No, I wasn't even talking about you. Why are you making up shots? I'm just talking about me here. I love reading. I love words. I love the usage of words. I was just explaining to somebody the other day how the word Venice derived from the planet Venus, and they dared not believe me, and I was damn right. So, definition of narcissist on deck, please. Whip that over. So Uncle Joe could keep racking up these points this episode. No, I'm just playing. Where'd I leave my coffee?
40 grams of protein.
40 grams.
I'm trying to get my
Send
protein
that sponsorship over.
Lean body.
Lean body. Holla. I'm still waiting on the Rose sponsorship. I don't know what y'all waiting for. The mold is ready to go. Like, what's up? We can sell this.
Somebody put a reel about the Rose on that. Have you ever seen Tonight's Conversations?
No.
They have, like, a tour going on, and they have, like, realistic, like,
relationship. Did you send it?
And stuff.
Because you over there reacting to it. Oh, go ahead. They have real conversations. Right, I'm sorry to cut you off. The definition of narcissist, as read by the lovely Mama Les.
A person who has an excessive interest or admiration of themselves. Okay.
Continue reading.
No, that's all it says.
Oh, boo.
That's the link that she's about, okay? Narcissists who think the world revolves around them. That's actually an example.
You went to the wrong
Okay? Nah. So, there is a difference between
who decides excessive, who decides what's excessive and what's not excessive? Anyway, would you rather your kid be confident or would you rather your kid think down on himself?
No, I want him to be confident, but I also want him to have
with
the
empathy and compassion.
Right,
Of course,
and
I
narcissists
agree.
lack
I agree.
empathy.
I know.
I know you know.
But
Let me go take my sip.
I'm being mislabeled. I'm being mislabeled. But carry on. What was the next question? Oh, parenting when one is a brokey. Yeah, I ain't fucking with you. Oh, my bad. I mean, yeah, it may be difficult for the relationship.
So, this is why communication is so important.
Yes. Oh, so the question I presented to you earlier. Let's do this on air. I have 2 scenarios for the lovely Mama Les. And I want her to explain to me what's the difference, because to me, these are the same exact thing in my brain. Scenario number 1. Man and woman are married. However long. Woman wants baby. Man is like, you crazy. We ain't having no baby. You bugged out. That's a dub. She ends up pregnant by her husband. She wants to keep it. He don't. She does. She keeps it. Is he financially responsible for half of that raising up that kid that he didn't want in the first place? Before you answer that, scenario number 2. Same couple. Wife says, yo, I want this Mercedes Benz. Husband is like, girlfriend, we can't afford it. You tripping, you bugging. That's a dub. It's not happening. Shorty comes home with the Mercedes Benz and tells him, yo, you're responsible for half the monthly payment. Is he responsible for half of that monthly payment? 2 scenarios. What's the difference?
All right, so it depends. All right, a Mercedes, a child is for a lifetime. Okay. A Mercedes is a couple of years. You pay it off and you're done, right? Like,
that makes the child worse. I'll take the Mercedes then.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you should pay half of the Mercedes. And but all right. So
I don't think she was offering him half of like you could drive it and shit.
No, listen. So,
but I love that answer. Yes, that's right. So, pick the Mercedes.
Listen, no.
Fuck
so
no,
listen. So going back, right? That's a conversation you should have from the beginning.
Correct.
Now,
but people change over time.
Also, it takes 2 to make a baby.
Correct.
Right? So this baby technically is half yours.
Correct, but you still have the opportunity to not have the baby. There are options.
Yeah, I mean, ladies, listen, if you agree to not having kids and then all of a sudden it changes and they don't want to be a part of it, I mean, I'll take care of the kid, but then our relationship is coming to an end.
So I lose the kid and you?
Yeah.
No comment.
Because now there's no support, right? In like the relationship,
Yeah, that's fucked
And the
up.
Mercedes, I'm not gonna ask you to pay for half. If I signed on the dotted line, I'll pay for it myself.
How about you keep the baby, I'll keep the Mercedes. And you could dump me.
That's fine. You pay for the Mercedes, I'll pay for my kid, and I'll get myself another Mercedes. I'm fucking relying on you.
It's lit. Nah, I'm just playing, yo.
So child is a lifetime, guys. Think about that. Like if your partner is not on board,
give me the keys and I'm cruising.
If the partner is not on board.
No, that's true. Like all jokes aside, ladies, because y'all hold the final decision and a man could fight it as much as he wants and y'all gonna have the baby if you want to. Make sure you have a partner who's gonna be there the whole ride and provide. Not only provide half financially, provide fucking half of being a parent and loving that kid.
Hold on, because yes, I agree it is our final decision, but, right, and maybe I'm one of the few women that agree, like if my man didn't want children from the beginning, and now I've decided that yes, I want children, and he doesn't want to be a part of that, I have to own that. Yeah. Because I knew from the beginning what I was getting myself into. Right? And a lot of women might be like, oh, no, but then you should have protected yourself, right?
I agree. There's a couple right now in the news. The young lady left a 27-year relationship with dude because he didn't want kids. She got with her new dude, had a kid. 2 years later, he dumped her.
But why? Not because
divorce.
of the kid?
Actually, he thinks she was cheating on him with Mario Lopez.
Oh, well.
Slater.
That
Fucking
has
Slater, my
nothing-
man. You still crushing it. 80s, 90s.
I always like Zach.
20s. That's 50 years. Slater. Give niggas a chance, bro.
Ladies, give Screech a chance.
Didn't Screech die?
Yes, he did, but I'm saying give the Screech a chance.
They said Screech had like a 14-inch schlong.
Ladies, give the Screech
I don't know
a chance.
if it's true. But
I don't know if it's
that's
true,
crazy.
but I never heard that.
He's definitely dead.
I know that, but I said give
give the dead brothers chances. They need love too. Damn. Rest in peace, Screech. Both. All right.
There's Screeches out there. More
that's an excellent point because
I'm not saying Screech himself. I'm just saying like
or what is considered a Screech will be like a nerd. Nerds are super in, yo.
Listen, when you're
Nerds
growing
run
up,
the
right?
world.
Nerds are like, oh yeah, you know, he's a nerd, and then when you get older, they're the ones making millions. That you're like, fuck, I should have given him a chance.
Exactly. You see, ladies, y'all, like choosing looks over intelligence, y'all. That's wrong. Brothers never do that. We look for the smartest sister in the room. Trust.
No, you guys look for like the fattest asses in the room.
I can't even lie on camera no more. I'm losing my touch. We don't look for the fattest asses because there's too many fat asses nowadays. 90% of every ass you see is fat. We look for what?
Would you pay for somebody's ass?
Would I pay for a girl to get her ass done?
Yeah.
No fucking way. Why would I get with a girl that don't have an ass in the first place? She gotta come already natural. First of all, you gotta come with the booty and it gotta be natural because I don't like that silicone pharmacy booty shit. No, come with
what
a
if
natural
she's a good
rice and
person,
bean
has
booty.
a good heart, values, she loves you, she, you know, like she's the
fat
whole
booty too?
package.
She's not the whole package if she don't got a fat booty. She missing an element of the periodic table of bad bitches now. I'm just I'm trying
This
to
is
get
the
you to snuff
problem
me.
with
No, I'm just playing, I swear to God.
the dating pool nowadays. Ladies,
I'm not even in the dating
this is why
pool.
we're single.
You blame being single and flat acidness on me?
No, I'm blaming the fact that you will value a fat ass over a woman that will be there for you. No, within every joke,
I like a fat ass. I like a fat ass. But a fat ass is not gonna keep a man around because there's 1,000 fat asses in the world. You gotta have something way more deep than a fat ass. You gotta be funny. You gotta be smart. You gotta be able to hold a conversation. You gotta have dope hobbies. You gotta fucking be fly. Like, not just fly outside and look fly. Like, you gotta have style, you gotta have drip, you gotta be fly mentally and inside, positive and spiritual and shit, and you gotta fucking love me and treat me good. A fat ass I can find anywhere. I can walk outside right now and find 10 fat asses, and if I got that riz, they gonna fuck with me. But to keep a man around, to keep a man interested, to make a man want to text you and fucking phone Jones and all that shit and really invest in spending time with you, you gotta be, a fat ass. That's the last thing a nigga cares about, bro. There's so much more important to that. And if a girl is fly enough and she got a flat ass, we'll fuck with her and we'll date her. Hopefully she got some titties assigned, son, to keep a brother interested. But if not, so what? If she's dope mentally and spiritually and she cook good and shit, you gonna fuck with her. Niggas fuck with women who are not perceived as beautiful by cultural standards, but they make that man feel like a king and he'll never leave her. I'm talking about, I seen brothers that's 10 out of 10, fly, fucking papi chulo ass, muscle workout, all that shit. Dope looking, whatever y'all like, whatever you're into. I've seen that brother with a chick that you'll be like, what is going on here? What is he doing?
And vice versa.
And that woman treats him dope as fuck. Not because she got a fat ass.
Vice versa, though.
However,
here we go.
A fat ass don't hurt. And if you got that too, that's what's up.
It's vice versa though, because you could see a
hot ass
chick with an ugly ass dude, but he treats her right.
And it's not because he got a 10-inch schlong. It's because he fucking
he has money.
makes her feel like the
Dude,
queen.
right?
So for you to falsely label me as a fucking
you are the one that's. Can we rewind? Rewind the tape.
I say things jokingly for entertainment and content purposes. Strictly. Don't believe nothing I say on this show. or
You
in
might be
real
right
life.
about
Nah. Damn, I put away my notebook. What was my other notes?
So wait, I have a question. So would you date and you can
Oh,
throw
so
this
to
question
answer
back-
Dolly's question, no, I would not pay for a booty. I would not pay for no titties. I would not pay for you. Maybe I'll pay for you to do your teeth, if like that's gonna make you feel better. I don't know
whiten
what
your
else.
teeth.
And if you
Luna
want
Bright.
to, Luna Bright teeth whitening is available. Holla at Dolly.
It works
Set
then.
up your appointment.
I love them.
If you mention us,
like
you get a
obsessed.
discount of like 5%. Nah, nah, Dolly will hook it up. What was your question?
She always hooks it up.
What was you gonna ask me?
I
was
don't
finishing
know.
answering Dolly's question. Would I date what? Would I date something? So to go back, I wouldn't pay for I've paid for rents before.
Really?
Yeah, like I've
You
paid
see,
for
so
rent.
I don't have.
I think that's way more important than paying for a butt.
Maybe it's an ego thing. I would never ask a man for money.
Well, if your man is really into you and paying attention, you wouldn't have to.
Right, you're right. I guess nobody's been really into me then because but I don't know if I would accept it.
And yet she shits on me, and I'm the reason she's single. I'm out here paying rent, making sure you and your kids got a fucking roof over your head.
Listen,
and I'm the
but that's also because I, as vulnerable as I am, as on that end, I have to say, knock on wood, I'm good.
No, of course, amen. But God forbid, the situation ever occurred. Your man should be.
Well, I thank God I've
ready.
never been in that situation.
And if he's really dope, he'll do it without you even knowing.
You're right. I mean, but I also, right,
that's
and
reserved.
this is where I say that my mom raised us to be so independent that to a fault, that I would feel some type of way taking money from a guy because I don't ever want that to be thrown back in my face. Like, you have this because of me.
No, that's a great reason.
No, and maybe that's me still being like in my masculine, right? Where no, like fuck you, I have that because I got it, not because you.
Well, again, that's I'm not about to diss you, right? But you might take this negatively. Because no one has ever loved you to that level, like you just said, no one maybe treated you so properly. Your perspective is a little skewed to where you expect the man to throw it in your face, and you're already ready to defend that. Where if a real dude loves you enough to where he's willing to pay your rent and you don't even know until the day arrives that you go pay it and they're like, yo, it's already paid, he would never even throw it in your face. Like, you're preparing for something that wouldn't happen if the dude is right.
Like a vibe that the female gives out. Like I don't know. I feel like I give off that very like independent, like I don't need shit, which I don't like. Right?
Well, I think that's because of your past.
Yeah.
Because no one has ever made you feel the need to not be.
I also don't think I've ever
independent.
given anybody the opportunity.
Well, you gotta let the walls down, girl.
Yeah.
Maybe Prince Charming can't climb fucking 12-foot walls. Maybe you gotta give him a little help. Lower the wall. Let him in. Let love in. I know it sounds bugged out because y'all think I'm a crazy narcissist and a fool and a slut or whatever the fuck. But let fucking love in, bro. Like, I get it.
I love love.
Niggas treated you bad before, but that doesn't mean the next man is gonna.
It's not bad. I don't want to say like.
I didn't mean you specifically.
No.
I meant in general women.
Right?
Because
it's
y'all have
not
a bad
that,
history.
I've been treated bad. No, it just hasn't, like, okay, maybe, right, I've only lived with one guy, right, which was my ex-husband. So that's the only man. And we both made this somewhat the same amount of money, right? So it's always been 50-50, right? And I've been okay with that because I'm good, thank God.
But I'm talking more so about we're all financial now, and it's more about how the man treated the woman and how she then learns to live and react moving forward to other men. So because not specific to you, because a woman is not loved properly and treated properly, her defense mechanisms moving forward are up and ultra on.
Yeah, but
so the next brother
providing for a woman
harder.
Financially doesn't mean that she's being loved correctly.
I just said we're all financial. No financial talk. Now we're just talking about love. If a woman is not loved properly, she will change how she loves, making it harder for the next man to attempt to love her. Because now her defense is up.
Okay.
Nothing
right.
to
Aside
do with
from
money.
financial.
Yeah, nothing to do with money.
Okay, but going
Just
back
love.
to financial.
Oh, no, of course.
Right?
No.
Just because you finance me doesn't mean you're loving me properly.
Not at all. He might just be paying for them to keep you around.
Paying for your rent.
Yeah. Wow, I paid that rent out of love and you
That's
just
so
tried
awesome.
to make it ugly. That's foul. You see what I got to
wanna
put
pay my
up
rent?
with here? No. I learned my lesson, you crazy? I learned my fucking lesson.
Come on, Joe.
No,
We're friends.
them days are over. Them days are over. Nah, I can't say that, bro. If I love someone and their rent needs to be paid and I got it, why not, right? You never
I agree.
know.
You know what? If I can help someone, right?
That's
like,
man or woman, you know.
You want to pay my son's college tuition?
I'm busy paying my niece's college tuition, so that's off the table right now. One college tuition is enough.
College is fucking expensive,
college
man.
ain't cheap. So let me tell you my financial breakup story. Speaking of college, when I turned 30 years old, I went to college. I decided for myself, my gift to myself will be to enroll in college so that I could get a degree, so that I could make more money and live a better life, right? But that was like reason number 2. Reason number 1, the real reason I went to college, because I didn't even really think it through that far to I'm going to get a degree and make more money and live a better life. I didn't even think of that. I wanted to hand my mom a college degree. Like I wanted to put it in her hands and be like, yo, I did it. I got the degree. So I went to college and I was actually working 2 jobs and going to college at the same time, right? And then I attempted to start dating a young lady. And it was hard, you know, because I was very fucking busy. Like I was mad tied up. And she was one of those 2-week moving joints, right? And Shorty wasn't a brokey, yo. Shorty worked like financial shit. The situation just happened at her apartment, whatever. So one night she asked me, like, what are my plans for after college? And somewhere deep inside me, I knew the plan was, you know, get the degree, get a better job, make more money, live better. But again, because my number 1 reason was my mom, that was my immediate answer. Like, yo, I just want to give my mom the degree. And after that, you know, whatever. So she took that almost as like I didn't have a plan. And she might have been right, you feel me? Like I might not have had the full plan in effect at that time. And a few weeks later, she moved out and like broke up with me.
I can respect that.
And I can respect that now also, because we've actually had this conversation and she explains to me like, yo, I had kids and I was living with you and I had to, you know, they was coming back. And I had to have a place for them and be ready with a plan. Like, and you wasn't looking like you had the plan in effect.
Right. So
and I was like, true, yo.
If
like,
you date someone that doesn't have a plan, that's just going to hold you back.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, you totally got that off. Like,
I like that.
Like 10 years later.
Right.
When we spoke, I was like, yo, you got that off. But in the time, in the moment, yo, I was so sad, bro, that I thought she was making like a business decision. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that wasn't love. And I thought we shared love. And I was like, wow, you're willing to throw away love for what is like a business transaction.
No.
Correct. But to a lover, love is love, yo. Like that's just important. That shit'll get us through whatever. We could be broke, homeless together. As long as we got love, we gonna bounce back. We have the opportunity. This was my foolish thinking many years ago. So I was very hurt. I fell into a depression and shit. Like I was fucked up. I don't know if I've told the story on here about hearing a Wale song and being back to life and kind of being reborn, but that was the breakup that led to that. I lost mad weight. It was real nasty. It was terrible. And for the longest time, I thought I hated her because I thought she had made a business decision.
No, especially that she had kids, right? She made that decision.
No, she made the right decision.
For the
I would have
right
left me too. You know, I had the potential, but my plan wasn't laid out yet.
Can't date potential.
No, you can't date potential. But look at me now. Hello.
Whoever the lady was.
Whoever the lady was.
You done fucked up.
She still loved me, you know what I mean? But nah.
Lean body, 40
I swear
grams
to
of
God.
protein.
I say shit on this show just so I can go back and see Leslie's face, yo.
If we did like a whole little skit,
somebody, a compilation,
expressions,
please. One of the listeners out there, compile every time I say something ludicrous.
My face says it all. Like, even like my body, like I'm like,
yo,
before you even finish your sentence,
be my
I'm like,
favorite part of the show, yo. I swear to God, I just love fucking with you like that. What else? I think that's it for the financial and so to go back to the story, years later we spoke, she explained it to me. I fully understood and she was correct in breaking up with me. And fellas, you gotta have a plan, you know. Like I had a half-assed plan at that time. Again, my goal was to hand my mom a diploma. And whatever happened after that, I was cool with because that was just what I wanted to do. And I did. And then after that, luckily and coincidentally, and God blessingly, I got a whole new job and stepped it up. And I did end up living better from getting the degree. So shout out to that. And shout out to her for knowing that, but maybe you should have pushed me a little. Nah, fuck it. I wasn't in the plan. That wasn't her job. She had kids to worry about and shit. So shout out to her, man. The kids are good. She good. Shout out to that.
So now, what about, and maybe this is a question for the ladies, right? Would you date someone that makes less than you, right? Let's say they have a job, but they just make less than you. Would you date them? So as far as me, I don't think I've ever had that situation. And if I did, I wasn't aware. Like, it never got to that point in the relationship where we're talking about finances.
You don't talk about that on the first date?
Not on day one. Finances don't talk about day one.
You've told me when you talk about on day one and finances ain't it. You talk about when we can't have no kids, we got to get married on the island. Fucking, you got to be consistent. You got to sweat me every day. You got to love me from the minute I wake up to the minute I pass out. And you're not going to ask, are you a brokey?
Because I am more of an emotional person, right? So finances is not top of my list. If you notice, I sent you guys a list of my requirements.
A list? That shit was a scroll. If I printed it, I'd have to go let it out and read it crazy. I'm gonna shut up.
And none of that said like a certain figure of what you have to make, right? I just said like you have to have like a career, right? And working towards more.
Would you date?
There was never you have to make, you know, X amount of money and up. That was not on there. And most of it was more emotional intelligence and things like that.
I know. I read it.
Okay. Yes. Let's just clarify that.
There was no finance talk on
Thank
this.
you.
It was a bunch of consistency and compassion
and muscles.
And muscles.
No, muscles was on the bottom where I said it was, you know, negotiable.
Doubles a day, right? 6 days a week. All right, so answer your own question. Would you date a fella who makes less money than you?
Yes, but what else do you bring to the table? Right? I'm very clear on what I bring to the table. So he's consistent. So he loves you. So if you can provide that emotional that emotional piece, and this is just my situation, right? Because I don't have, like, my kids are pretty much grown, right? So I don't have like somebody that's gonna stay home and just take care of the kids. I don't have that, right? So I don't need somebody that's able to do that. But I need to know that you're working towards certain goals. You have certain things in place. Like, listen, I have this podcast. I have this radio show. I have,
don't be making plans with me. It's not going to work.
You wish. Anyways.
I don't date brokies. Nah. I'm just playing. Les probably make mad more money than me.
I don't date brokies.
That's fair. I don't date women who make more money than me.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. What you said earlier is dependent.
Like, right? So, like, what else do you bring to the table, right? Do you bring that emotional maturity?
No, but let's say he brings everything else that you want.
Then yes.
And then it don't matter.
Then it doesn't matter.
And you'll never throw it in his face.
I would never.
Even in the ugliest of arguments.
I would never, because I wouldn't like it if it was done to me. And I've always been very big, like, I'm not going to do something to someone that I wouldn't like done to me.
No, that's fair.
wouldn't.
That's fair. And from a man's perspective, dating a woman who makes more than
I think that's more common.
But it's not easy because man pride and stubbornness are very fucking powerful. But it depends on the woman.
Oh, dating the woman that makes more money.
Yes.
Okay,
a man dating a woman that makes more money.
A man dating a woman that makes less money. I'm like, that's all the time.
No.
Right? Like, that's very common.
That's normal.
Yeah.
The other flip a woman who makes more than a man.
Right. I think as a man, right, you have to be able to put the ego aside and understand that this is a partnership.
Right, but it depends on the woman. So for most men, male ego and stubbornness will be a factor, and it depends on how the woman treats you, right? So if it's not a big deal to her, and you know she's cool with it, and you're still doing your thing, and you're buying her gifts still, you know, maybe it's just not outlandish gifts, but you're doing what you can afford to do, you know, and you're playing your part, and y'all loving each other correctly, it's gonna be all good. But if she's a female that when things aren't right and an argument ensues, she's quick to throw it in the face and make them feel stupid or lesser, then it's going to be a worse situation. And a dude is less likely to stick around.
Yeah, some people are going to say, right, that a woman will lose respect for a man, right, because he's not like a man. But you can still be a man in your masculine, right, taking care of other shit and not financially, right, be able to provide as much as she can. Now, I was watching a show, and I actually saw this in, what was it? The Ultimatum, right? Very few times
the new season?
TV. Yeah.
Oh,
very
I gotta watch
few
that.
times.
I saw season 1. I gotta pull up on season 2.
Very few times that I watch, like, reality shows because...
Yeah. That's a good one, though.
It's like...
I fuck with it.
I'm frying my brain cells. But there's one, when you see it, there's one couple that she's a fucking boss bitch. Like, you could just see it in, like, just the way she presents herself, right?
Uh-huh.
And he is the one that gives her the ultimatum, right? Uh-huh. And you can tell the lack of respect that she has for him.
Right.
She loves him,
right,
but she doesn't respect him as a man. And if you don't respect your partner, right? Like if you don't respect your man, the relationship's never gonna work. They ended up, I think, staying together at the end. Sorry to ruin it for you. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. But I think in the reunion they end up like not together or whatever. Yeah. But she was like, marriage to her was more like I guess like a financial burden. Right? Like she's like, no, like I fucking make more money. I'm a boss bitch. I have this, I have that.
I like a boss bitch, but not a boss bitch that's gonna remind you every day that she's a boss bitch. I don't even think a real boss bitch needs to tell people she's a boss bitch because they'll be able to tell.
Well, no, you could definitely tell.
Saying it 1,000 times. Same thing like a dope dude, a cool dude, don't need to walk around like, yo, I'm mad cool. No, my nigga, you just cool or you not. And then I'm gonna spot it from a mile away.
You're right.
Like I can spot a
But anyway,
from a mile
point
away.
Is, she had like no respect for him. And I was like, he's never gonna fully feel like a man or be able to come into his like masculine if she's always making him feel less than.
Of course not. He's gonna end up killing himself.
The guy loved her. Like you can tell he like worshipped the freaking ground she walked on.
Right.
But
as he should, but with respect.
But she tried. Like you could tell that she wanted to try, but it just wasn't there.
I don't think you can try to respect somebody. That's like trying to like somebody.
No,
you either like them or you don't. You either respect them or you don't.
I feel like if you have an image of what a man is supposed to be, right, and maybe that's the way she was raised, and that man doesn't meet up to that, right, you shouldn't be with him.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, why is she even with him?
Right? Yeah, but sometimes you love the person that you shouldn't be with.
Sometimes you love a brokey, yo.
Sometimes you love brokies. Sometimes you love a douchebag. Sometimes, you know, you just love the wrong person.
The danger of love, and it's not enough. Love is enough, yo.
Love is not enough.
If y'all are both in love and willing to struggle together and come up together.
Love is not enough. You need respect. You need vulnerability.
No, but that's all included.
That's not all included. You can love someone and still not have all those other qualities.
Then you're not loving them right. You're not
love is. Listen, most people, right?
I don't believe I gotta teach you about love,
right.
Les.
No, you're right.
I don't believe it.
You know what? All right. So what I say, most people when they think they're in love,
most people have no idea what love is.
Right, because love is not just that feeling, right? Love is a choice. You wake up every day when that person looks like shit, and you're just like not attracted to them.
Hold on, a wise man.
Oh, who's this wise man?
This wise man is known as Jeffrey Atkins.
Okay.
He said, love is pain.
Love is not pain. And if love is hurting you,
love
walk away from it.
is not pain.
Ladies, walk away from it.
Is
Gentlemen,
love pain?
walk away from it. Love does not hurt.
I gotta think on that, yo.
Love is compassion. Love is acceptance. Love
Anyway,
is...
Jeffrey Atkins is Ja Rule. He don't know shit about love. I was fucking with you again. Love is pain. Damn. No, love is not pain. I don't agree with that.
No.
Love should not.
Of course, you're gonna go through your ups and downs, right? Where you might feel hurt.
But y'all supposed to go through it together.
But right, there's just so much more to it. I love love.
On that note, Mama Les loves love, unless you're a brokey. Then she not fucking with you.
That's not true.
I definitely ain't fucking with you if you're a brokey. Fuck out of here. But if I love you, it don't matter.
So you could date someone that's like that makes more money than you, that is gonna support the household. You'll be okay with that? Because a lot of men, right, won't be.
I answered that question earlier. It depends on the woman. It depends on how she treats it and chooses to address it or not address it. If she's constantly rubbing it in my face, that's not gonna be cool.
I might just be like, fuck it.
But she shits on you every day and be like, damn, bum, they gotta pay the fucking rent. You just here playing 2K?
I'm like, you're the dumb bitch. Just kidding.
You learned it, Mama Les. You learned it.
You see, this is what happens.
You learned it.
Men
Lie, Women Lie, the
podcast.
We got her, y'all.
He rubs off on me. Guys, he's a bad influence. Joe, I can't talk to you anymore.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I got her now.
That was not cool. I'm just kidding, ladies.
She's
Hey, she's a boss bitch. She don't
what you said earlier, every joke has a little bit of truth in
You're right.
You're right. I got her.
Shut up.
We out.